Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Banter Bros podcast. I'm Damien,
And I am Minnie.
and just to tell you a little bit about what we do here, as we just talk about different topics, all different types of things. Last week we did conspiracy theories. This week is going to be a whole nother topic. It could be, anything. I'm going to keep that a secret from you because you kept that last week a secret from me. That was very messed up. I kind of like to have an idea of what's going on, but it'll be fun. It'll be challenging for me. It's hard for me to kind of come up with things to talk about on that, but I got it. But just to start off, how you doing this week? How's everything going?
Same old, same old. Same as last week, basically. Getting that car still. Nothing really new. I mean, newest thing is I'm getting a new job. I put in my 2 weeks at my current job yesterday. So I'll be starting a new job here in a week and 6 days, which will be nice. More pay, more hours too. So I'm gonna be racking up that OT, which will be nice. But yeah, I mean nothing really different. Getting that car still paying on that car, new job. There is one thing that is sort of new. My cat Crookshanks, he's a crazy ass cat. You already know this.
Yeah.
But he started like a dog, cause he usually in the morning, I usually wake up at the same time every morning, even on my days off. Like I usually wake up at 6 o'clock when I go to work, and then on my days off, I usually wake up around like 7 or 8. But he will sit by the door and meow to try and be let out at that time because he knows that's what time I usually wake up and let him out. But now he has started to, instead of meowing at the door, he will climb onto my chest and lick my face like he's a dog. Like, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I don't like the feeling of a cat's tongue on my face. Like, I don't really like a dog's tongue on my face, but it doesn't have those like little prongs that a cat's tongue has because they use it to clean themselves and get into their fur and shit like that. So
it's also like in bigger cats, it's used for eating. So like a big cat like licks.
Oh
you
yeah,
for too
no,
long,
it'll rip my skin off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But he just walks up and starts licking my face and trying to wake me up. I'm like, dude, fucking stop. I don't like when he meows at the door to wake me up because I have alarm set, or I have a mental alarm where I wake up at the same time every day and I let him out and he knows that. So why are you meowing at the door? And now you've upgraded to now you're licking me in the face like a dog and you're a cat.
You didn't like it. You didn't like him meowing, so he was like, "Well, then I'll just be like, hey, wake up." He's hanging around Rocky and Smalls too much. Like that's all it is. And then Chubbs is a wild thing,
Yeah, no, I just Chubbs used to be more of a dog, but now he's more of a cat since he got fat. He just likes to lay around and do nothing all day until my cat attacks him, and then he's like, "Get off me!"
Right. But yeah, I mean, that's going on with me. I mean, there's nothing really new going on. I just do the same old. I'm a dad, so it's like, new adventure with her, but. I mean, most of the time I'm working, so,
Yeah.
Mommy's taking care of her.
Weren't you, like, I remember you telling me you were, like, probably switching locations of your job?
Oh, yeah, they want to move me to the other store, like, up the road or whatever, in Waxahachie. And, I don't know if I'm going to move or not. The guy that was supposed to be there at Waxahachie, he was going to be moving to the Ennis store. And then me and Ray were gonna move from Red Oak to Waxahachie or whatever. And that guy that was in Waxahachie, he just put in his 2 weeks, so we don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. Josh was like, all that shit just went out the window. And but then Ray's been, I haven't talked to Ray about it since the other day, so I really don't know what's going on. I could be moving, I don't know, but. I mean, that's why I didn't say nothing about it, because, I don't even know. This is all just thrown up in the air at me. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get back. Let's get into the topic of this week. I wanted to do space, just encompassing all of space. I know we did conspiracies. We might get into a little bit more conspiracies with space and everything. I feel like a lot of this is just going to be me having my dumb questions and then you answering them. But hopefully that'll have a little bit of comic relief. You know, we'll be a little funny there. But yeah, so space. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is something I got fooled on. I was really, really upset when I found this one out. A guy named Joseph Webb, I found out his name. I was looking at because I was really upset about all this. But the guy came out and was like, NASA has found lights on a planet 7 trillion miles away or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to prove Minnie wrong. There are aliens. There are other people in other planets, therefore aliens, you know? But he came out. And said that some lady on Facebook saw it and then posted it and it blew up. Got like 400,000 likes in a matter of like an hour or something like that. And it was all just a hoax. The guy who originally said it was making fun of a myth that they found lights or whatever, and she watched the video, misinterpreted, posted it about it, and then tricked everyone, including me. And I was really excited to see lights, like to see that there's something else out there except for just nothing, space, and other rocks, you know. Like, and so I want to like get into that. Like, how do you think? Is there any possible way that we could be something besides just, you know, like there'd be someone else out there? A different.
I've already said this multiple times. I definitely believe there are aliens out there. In the vastness of the universe, the infinity that is our universe, there is a very, very low chance that there isn't other alien life out there. But a lot of people think that, oh, aliens have come here, aliens, you know, might be watching us, so yada yada. I don't subscribe to any of that. I believe that there are definitely aliens out there, but I don't believe they'd come here for any reason whatsoever. And I just no one can explain to me why they would come here, what reason they would have to come here. People, and then like there are these videos of people, crop circles and yada, and they're abducting cows and it's like, okay, why would an alien race fly fucking thousands, if not millions, of miles, like go light years away to just draw fucking a circle in the ground and take a cow, or take a human and probe them and put them back down? Like, it just, and then the whole NASA thing with I can't believe you would believe that. Just, I'm sorry. I cannot believe that you would just believe that immediately, because if NASA came out with a statement saying that they found, you know, city lights on another planet, then that would be everywhere. That would be mainstream media news. That would be all over the place.
Right, it would. And that was just the video that was just playing. I had it pulled up because I was gonna like play the audio of it. But yeah, like I really like I think that's a problem, and it is a problem. We'll talk about that in another topic.
It is a problem. People believing YouTube Shorts or TikToks just off rip, 20-second video of some guy that you don't even know about. You don't know his credentials. You don't know anything about him. You see one video and he says, "Hey, guess what? Grass isn't actually grass. It's actually human hair growing from the bottom of the planet. There are humans underneath the planet, and that hair grows, and that becomes grass." And you watch that, and you're like, "Oh my God, human's hair is grass? That's crazy!" It's insane. It's insane the things that people will believe when, like Chase. This is sort of going a little bit off topic, but Chase, I don't know if I told you this story before, but he watched a video of, I think it was that show on Netflix, Carbon something.
Yeah, Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon, yes.
Netflix.
Yes, Altered Carbon. It was a video like a 20-second like a blurb from Altered Carbon about how, you know, in Altered Carbon they could transfer their consciousness to each like a new body. Like,
yeah, he was like,
and
they're making
he was
the
like,
technology.
yeah, exactly. He was like, there's technology that you can transfer your consciousness to another body. And I was like, that's impossible. And he was like, no, dude, it's literally right here. And I was like, no, dude, that is a video from Altered Carbon. I cannot believe you thought that was real.
Yeah,
It's like, first off, that's impossible. Maybe we could figure out how to transfer our data from our mind to another mind, but that still wouldn't be us. There's no way to transfer consciousness to
Right.
another consciousness. That's just not
yeah,
possible.
we'll get into some of that later. But yeah, that was my first little topic. Going on to the second one, we talked about this a little bit last week with black holes, and that's exactly what I want to talk about. I want to talk about black holes because I don't know very much about all the a lot. I have my basic knowledge. I got from high school. I went to college, but for welding, they don't teach you anything about space at that college. But yeah, like I really like black holes. Like they,
So everyone has one. It's attached to your intestines.
yeah,
You know.
we all have some black holes. I have mine, some much darker than others. You know, that's mine. But like we were talking last week about the theory that we've been sucked into a black hole in 2012.
Yeah, in 2012. Yeah.
Yeah. Like being sucked into a black hole. I looked a little bit more into that.
Instantaneous death.
Yeah, it's not even instantaneous death. They say like the theory running behind it, and this is like stemmed with research from stuff that they've thrown
that's all
in.
it's all a theory.
Yeah, it's all and like it could be bullshit. Like I said, I believe a lot of fake shit, but they say when it gets pulled in there, you slowly as the closer you get to it, the item that they've like thrown into black holes and stuff that they've seen pictures of, it looks like it's like, I don't know, like melting and then turning into like particles and just like not like fading out like ash, but
yeah, no,
like you're turning into liquid.
I think
and then
I sort of
just turning in.
I think I sort of explained it in a like bad way last
Yeah.
time because I said that you're like unwinding, but basically it's breaking you down to like a
Yeah.
molecular level. Basically, that's why it absorbs light because it's just it sucks in everything
Yeah.
and it breaks it down to a atomic level. Basically, it's getting sucked into a black hole would not be fun. And once again, this is all theoretical.
Right.
I mean, no one's ever been into a black hole, And if there has been someone who has, they didn't
Let us know.
They didn't exactly live to talk about it. So,
Right.
but yeah, no, black holes are very strange, very, it's a weird phenomenon that happens, and I do believe that if there was a black hole that absorbed, that just popped up and absorbed Earth, we wouldn't even know about it. We'd be dead.
Yes.
We'd instantaneously just vaporize and die. There'd be no, it'd be one of the quickest deaths you could possibly have.
Straight, like you felt. Here, I play my spell card, freaking black hole. Everything gone, the whole battlefield. But yeah, like I was looking up some more facts on black holes and stuff like that. There are 3 black holes that are in our galaxy.
Yeah.
That are not like evolved enough to be like considered like a mass threat to us, but we have apparently 3 in our galaxy that we're in the Milky Way.
Yeah, there's one at the center of our galaxy.
There's one at the center, but there's also 2 that are floating around in the swirl of the galaxy, and that's crazy to think that there's black holes that eat other black holes. It's like we're really not on the top of the food chain. Only on our planet we're at the top of the food chain. Like,
Oh no, space is
Yeah.
crazy. Space is absolutely insane. There is a lot of nothingness, but there is also a lot of chaos to space. I mean, our planet alone has been struck by, dozens upon dozens of meteors. Like, it's pretty crazy to think that like the chaos that is space. I mean, we're sitting here on this planet, right? And at any moment, And yes, we have the technology to know when or where a meteor is coming, and if its trajectory is coming towards Earth. We're able to predict that kind of stuff. But at any moment, we could be sitting here, and a meteor could say we predicted it to not come, this way. It could change course, hit the gravitational pull of another planet. It just get hit by something else. Another meteor strikes it and blows off some chunks off of it and hits it towards us. Anything could happen, and extinction level event depending on the size of the meteor.
Right.
And it doesn't even have to be that big of a meteor to be extinction level. Like it really doesn't. But no, space is insane. It's very crazy. We know next to nothing about it.
Yeah, it's like we barely know what's going on at the bottom of our seas and stuff like that. There's really like nothing like that. We know like about space. We know
definitively. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's nothing we know definitively. Like we know
a lot about space, but not.
We don't know a lot. We don't know a lot about space. We know a lot about our own solar system, but even then, it's not that much.
It's
in
all
the grand
we just see it.
It's it's not that
never
much
been
in the.
that far.
It's not that much in the grand scheme of things. We don't really know a lot. We don't know not nearly that much about space. It's all theoretical. It's all theories. It's all. I mean, everything about it is just know.
We ain't got a Galactica out there or whatever, the Marvel freaking giant or whatever.
Galactus or Galactica?
Yeah,
two different people.
Well, Galactus I think is
Galactica, probably the big purple guy.
Yeah, the big purple guy.
Galactica.
Yeah, but definitely like seeing just I would love to go just see anything out there, like just going out to the.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about going into space?
No, going into space, I feel like it would be once our technology evolves enough to where it's super fucking safe to do. Yeah, maybe, but it's too high of a risk.
Yeah,
and
SpaceX has blown up 3 more rockets last 3 months or whatever. They've blown up more rockets testing them.
Yeah, but no, it's just like, and yes, going to space will be a life-changing experience for sure. Going out there and seeing, how big our world is, and all that stuff, and just getting, a grasp of, what, is true about our world, and just seeing everything in the grand scheme of things. That would be an amazing thing to see. Don't get me wrong, but the risk versus reward, I can just stay here and live my life,
Right.
Space to me, like, because me and Preston, we sort of got into it one time. And this is going back to, like, the alien thing. I believe there are definitely aliens out there, but I don't believe they're going to be much different from us. I don't think they're going to be small, gray, fucking giant head-looking motherfuckers with, dark black
they're gonna
eyes.
be more humanoid.
I think they're going to be a lot more humanoid, which those are technically humanoid, but I'm thinking a lot more like us. And Preston was like, well, like, what about Rick and Morty? They had talking dinosaurs. You don't think there could be talking dinosaurs on another... It's like, no. I do not think there could be talking dinosaurs on another planet. I don't think so.
I don't think dinosaurs have the mental capacity to even learn that.
They don't have the vocal cords that we do. Like, and he was like, well, they could evolve that way. I'm like, dude, alligators or crocodiles, either one. I think it might be both, but they are dinosaurs. They were around. They've been around for a lot longer than us. And have they evolved to be able to speak? No, they can communicate with their, just like every animal. They have their forms of communication, yes, but we got very lucky in our evolution and the way things, went. And then again, there's also, the belief in God and all that stuff. So,
right.
If you aspire to that, then, I'm more power to you. I'm not going to argue with you. Believe what you want to believe, but it's just, I just don't think that there are going to be aliens out there that are like walking, talking, fucking, alligators and shit like that. I think they're going to be a lot like us, maybe a different type of, maybe a different organ placements. They might have like an extra arm or something like that. But I believe they're going to be a lot like us in the evolution chain because, I mean, we got really lucky with the way that we evolved, the way that we, came to be. It was luck.
Right.
So if another planet got lucky like us, then I believe their evolution will be a lot, very, very, very similar to ours. I don't think it's going to be much of a difference.
Yeah, like if anything, it's gonna be like some Planet of the Apes shit, like like some hairy, cavemen looking type people. At least there's got to be something out there. I hope. And like another thing I wanted to talk about is I saw a picture the other day. It was taken from the helmet of a astronaut that was floating in space by the space stations and stuff. They're orbiting Earth or whatever. They're just floating around in there, and they took a picture of how our sun looks and how like big it still looks from as far away as we are, and then I got to wondering like how big is the sun like in our little solar system.
It's a small star.
Yeah.
It's a small star, but it's fucking
yeah.
huge.
It's a small star for our solar system. And
No,
everything,
not
like,
even for all. It's a small star. Period.
Yeah, I know. Like out of like the whole like Milky Way, like yes, it's it's the smallest star there is almost.
I don't know about
yeah.
that one, but what I'm saying is there are there are different types of stars. There's dwarfs and there's different types of stars. Which it's funny because I had an argument with my sister. I was like, the sun is a star. She was like, the sun is the sun. The sun is not a star. Stars in the sky are stars. I'm like, what do you think they are?
Huh?
She was like, they're stars. I'm like, yes, just like the sun is a star.
How did you graduate? No, but like, back to what I was saying. Like the one of the facts that I looked up on this on it was that in our solar system, just alone, our solar system, the sun takes up 99% of the mass that our solar system creates. So that means like the rest of our planets are minuscule.
I don't know. Okay, are you talking about just our?
This is like percent of mass. This is like I don't know what.
You're just talking about our solar system, not the galaxy.
just
okay.
ours, just
okay.
ours.
I was like
not out of the whole solar system. No, because
like
that would make our stars
galaxy.
Galaxy, yeah.
A solar system. Our solar system is the sun and our planets.
And our planet, the
galaxy is the galaxy that encompasses our solar system.
Right. I'm sorry, I'm mixing those up.
No, you're good.
But yeah, definitely like what I was like. It takes up in just ours. It takes up 99 point something, 78% or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's huge. It's giant, dude.
Yeah.
If you have a scale model right on the table of the sun and our planets, I mean, the sun would take up, like you said, it would be gigantic, and our planets would be pebbles. Like on the even Jupiter would pale in comparison to the sun, and Jupiter is a massive planet. But it's just the sun is gigantic, and it's a small, and that's the biggest thing to me. That's a small star,
right?
And it takes up imagine seeing a giant fucking star, one of the biggest ones out there.
Mm-hmm. That's why I want to be in space. I hope that we'll probably never get to it in our time.
Oh no, without a doubt, that's not happening.
Or we can just go into space and have fun.
Unless we're rich as fuck.
Yeah, please. I just want to go snowboarding in space.
Huh?
It's from a song. I want to go snowboarding in space. But yeah, like I don't know. I would love to feel what it feels like to be weightless, just floating in space. Like attach a rope to me and just push me out. Just watch me go.
You want to know what it feels like to be weightless? You can get on a plane.
I've been on a plane.
And this is how a lot of the astronauts would actually train back in the. I don't know how they train now, but they'd get on the plane and the plane would dive bomb, and for a moment you'd hit 0 G's, basically, and you'd basically start floating. You'd have no gravity. You'd start floating in the plane.
I mean, I felt like semblance of that in freaking like roller coasters, like where you like start floating up. And that like brief second, like when we used to do the pirate ship one where it goes swing back and forth. If you raise your hands up when you get up to the top, you like start floating up. You kind of go a little weightless right there for a minute. But I want true weightlessness. Like I want to feel like I'm I don't know. I want to feel what it feels like to drift off. Like that would be really. I don't know. I feel like I'd be super satisfied and just. It's gonna satisfy my. It'll tinkle my brain. I will just be like, wee, good little float. Yeah, have like hoverboard in space where I can.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Maybe.
think you do. You don't do too well with heights.
What do you mean? I can't fall with no gravity. The reason I'm terrified of heights is because I know the extent of gravity on this planet.
Yeah,
like
but it's a lot scarier in space because
what am I gonna fall onto?
No. What I'm saying is, listen, what are you gonna fall onto? You're not worried about falling. You're worried about floating off. Yeah, you're tied to a rope, but that rope, something happens to that rope. Something happens to where you go away. You're floating infinitely in space until maybe you hit the gravitational pull of a planet and it starts sucking you in, and then you're free falling, burning to death on entry. That is a lot worse than falling off of a fucking ladder.
I'd rather die that way than being laying in on a bed and being like, "Oh, I lived a good life," Like if that's how I go out, so be it, But
Dying in your bed is one of the best ways to go.
Nah.
Yes.
He was a great man, but he died.
There's plenty of great men who died in their bed.
I know, but like I don't
There
know.
are plenty of great men.
I'm not saying that
dying peacefully is a lot better than dying tragically and horribly. Okay, you're not a Viking. You're not like, oh, I'm gonna go to Valhalla if by dying in battle.
Yeah,
No,
I know that.
But dying peacefully in your sleep is a lot better than any other death you could possibly think of.
I mean, yeah, but if I think of the story that would be told.
Yeah, this
He
dumbass.
He said, "Hold my beer and watch this," and he went flying
unhooked his rope in space, said, "Hold my beer, watch this," and decided to go float off into the Earth's orbit to die.
They play.
That's suicide.
They're gonna play Freebird as I'm falling. Okay.
That's that's suicide.
Yeah.
That's just no. That's.
It would be
I
perfect.
would love to die peacefully in my sleep. That'd be great. Die peacefully in my sleep. It's a great way to go.
Next topic we got here. Another one that I actually found out that was real. The Mars rovers or whatever, they found a image that they took. And it is a shoe that is like some type of shoe. It might be a stone or anything like they say they don't know what it is. It's a black and white picture, and it looks like a boot, like an old leather boot.
Yeah, where'd you find this on?
I found this on a .org site. It might be bullcrap. But there's a lot of NASA saying that they got this. They do not know what the item is. They say it's unidentified item, but it was a picture that set off the rover to take a picture. Like the rover was driving along and it had like some motion thing, and it took a picture, and it looks like a boot, not like a I don't know, like a old Timberland, like just old leather redskin, like the shoe tongue is all hanging out. It could be anything. It could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just looks like a shoe. And NASA said, they were like, we don't know what this is, but this came in from the rover.
Yeah, I don't believe that it'd be a shoe.
Yeah, but like that's fucking like even like how would a shoe get there? There's
it's crazy.
There's no one
there's
there.
a frozen lake on Mars. That's crazy to me. But no, Mars can be terraformed. But was it terraformed before? I don't think so. I don't think there.
You don't think there was possible life on Mars before we evolved into, us?
Bacteria, as in life. Yeah.
And they had shoes?
But not us. I don't believe it was a shoe.
Yeah.
I have to see the picture.
I have to pull it up. I was going to pull it up. That's what I was looking on my phone a minute ago. I was trying to pull it up, but there's no service out here. So.
Yeah, no, man, there's two. If my thing is if there was one shoe, where's all the other shoes?
Right?
Like, why would there just be one shoe left?
Yeah, like that's what I was
After
thinking.
all this time-
I was like one shoe, like they couldn't have like a pair of shoes or like
No,
multiple?
they'd be finding shoes all over. What I'm saying is after all this time, even if there was life there before, there'd be no sign of it. None. After all this time, there'd be not a single sign of life. I mean, there wouldn't be any shoes left or anything like that. There just
Right,
wouldn't.
right.
Eh,
You know, but the only thing I can think of is like, this is just like my stoner brain, like thinking like if there was possible, what would be like that planet has got constant storms that go across it, and there's desert storm type things that are happen on Mars and stuff like that, and they're constantly moving over and around Mars, and so like the all of the stuff would be constantly eroded because of all the sand and everything like that there. It's a very dry climate and stuff like that. So it's got the perfect erosion stuff. And the only thing I could bring up in my head is that if there were people there and it's been that long and it's been eroding over time and stuff like that, it would probably be like, you know, a grave or something like that. And then the shoe just came up, you know, but that's the only thing I could like that's
no.
a major if.
The only thing that I can think of why there would be a shoe on Mars is there was an astronaut in space who lost their shoe and it floated to Mars.
They threw it out of the trash chute.
Like,
Like
that's
the
the-
shoe was bad, and then it just got into Mars's gravitational pull and fell into it. That could have been the reason why it got set off, because it's black and white, so you can't really see, but the shoe looks black, and it looks like an old leather black boot, kind of like a Timberland, like or the Wolverine Walmart brand shoe, and I mean it could have definitely that makes more sense. That makes way more sense. Just they were like, I don't know, this just got this one shoe that I can't find the other one.
But the
It's floating.
chance for it to be launched out and its exact trajectory to land to Mars is
I
very
mean,
low.
it's a million trillions to one, but like that makes more sense than what I just came up with about like having,
Yeah.
you know, a buried grave on Mars. But
No, I'm sorry, but no, that doesn't make sense to me. Why there would be a shoe on Mars? I really have to see the picture because
yeah,
as soon as I see the picture, I'll be like, yeah, that's not. a
yeah,
shoe.
that's fake. Yeah, you could see it's AI generated.
No, I wouldn't say that because I mean, if the website's legit and NASA is actually saying all these things, then I can't dispute that. But I can look at it and say, okay, that probably isn't a shoe.
Yeah. It looks more like I said. It looks more like a rock, and it is a black and white.
It looks
photo.
more like a rock, so it's probably a rock.
Yes, but it has features of a shoe. It has unless it's like a carving of like a statue that like it looks like it looks like a shoe, bro. Like a boot, little bitty boot. I'm telling you, bro. I'll
Rocks
pull it up.
rocks can take all forms of shapes and
If
sizes.
it's being eroded.
You literally just said there's all types of erosion that can happen.
Yeah, I
on
know.
Mars.
I was saying if it's being eroded, it could be eroded and made it look like a boot. You know, it could be. Like I said, it's black and white. I can't really prove
All
it.
I'm saying is I don't think it's.
I'm telling you, I'll pull it up.
I'll bet you money that bitch ain't a fucking shoe.
They were like, "Hey, this kind of looks like a shoe. Let's post it." They're like, "Let's see how many views we get on this one." But next topic I want to talk about is I just kind of want to go into like what are some cool things you know about space? Like anything you have to just like share on space? Do you have any thoughts or anything like that? Do you want to talk about anything?
I mean, I don't know. I definitely have a lot of, like, I guess, theories about space and the universe itself, because I do enjoy, like, looking into it and listening to people talk about it, you know, like, astrologists and stuff like that. I do enjoy learning about space, because it's a very interesting topic to, you know, listen to and hear about the theories about it and stuff like that. One of my theories, and this is a little on the, like, very, 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 very crazy theory side, I guess you could say, is the theory of the creation of the universe, I guess. My theory, because in the past, there were theories that the universe was infinitely expanding, and it was going at it was either speeding up or going at the same rate of expansion. And then a new study came out that showed that um, the universe was actually, yes, it was expanding, but it was slowing down. And so my theory is the Big Bang. There was a universe before ours, same exact way. Big Bang happened. It expanded, expanded up, over billions and billions, even trillions of years. Slowed down. Got to a point where it's like a rubber band. You stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. It goes to a certain point where you can't stretch it or it'll break anymore, and then it implodes on itself. So the universe is gonna rubber band back in on itself and just consume everything, and boom, hit, Big Bang happens again. And the universe is kind of like a heartbeat. It expands, goes to a certain point, comes back, hits again, Big Bang. Expands, goes to a certain point, comes back, hits again, Big Bang. So that's
We're just neurons in someone else's head. Like we're just the
You need to stop smoking pot.
Yeah. We're just the neurons, man. We're just the little things in the head, man.
We're in a matrix. There's an alien race of dog people who are watching over us right now, studying us in the matrix.
No, they're lizard people. You watched that. You watched that show with me. I can't remember what it was called. It was on Netflix, and it had like the lizard people, and it was like something job. It was they worked for the government or whatever, and they were like scientists. We watched a few episodes of it. I'll have to pull it up afterwards.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's animated.
Yeah.
I only watched like half an episode of that. I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Yeah, but I watched a lot of it. It's fucking stupid, but it's hilarious too. All the conspiracies about the government they bring up in that.
Yeah, Obama's a lizard man.
Hey, no, it's not Obama. Obama's not the lizard man.
No, that was an ongoing. That was like people had that theory. Yeah. That was like a real like that. Not I'm not talking about the show. I haven't seen. I've only seen.
He wasn't a lizard man.
I've only seen half the first episode in that show. I'm not talking about that show. I'm talking about just actual like real life conspiracy theory. Obama was a lizard man. People thought that for some reason. I don't know why. People are crazy.
Yeah, but
But I mean, my thoughts on space. Space is vast. It's crazy. Everything we know about it, we know. I mean, 1%, probably even less than that. People have theories about aliens and stuff like that, and people are like, oh, aliens. I believe aliens definitely exist, but we haven't seen any proof of it. We only have hearsay on what people have said that they've seen, that they've worked on. People in the government that are whistleblowers, which I don't know if I'd believe them. If they were actual whistleblowers and the government didn't want us to know it, they would have been taken care of. It's just my personal opinion. But no, it's just I don't feel like aliens were coming for any reason. Really, honestly. And if they did, we would already be gone. We would be their slaves. Or, we would have no choice but to either form an alliance with them or be their slaves. Because if they have technology to travel light years across the universe, then...
They definitely got the technology to take us out.
I mean, and at the push of a button, they wouldn't even... I mean, we wouldn't stand a chance. We wouldn't last 10 seconds. It's not like this Independence Day bullshit where, the aliens are stupid as fuck. It's like, no, it's just that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, no.
But I mean that's my biggest ongoing theory about the universe and its existence. But other than that, I don't really have much more to say. I mean, I think that our planet we have a long way to go before we die to external forces on our planet, like the sun going supernova or a meteor hitting our planet or something like that. I think we have a long fucking time before that happens, and this is sort of, I guess, going off of the space topic a little bit, I feel like our planet will end before then because of human interference. Humans are sort of a fucked up race. We're getting dumber, not smarter. I believe it's because of technology. Technology was supposed to make us smarter, but it's making us dumber because people have computers in their pocket, but they don't use them for the right reasons. They use them to look at TikTok videos and YouTube shorts and believe the first thing that comes out of this dumbass's mouth. Hey, there's a planet that has fucking lights on it.
Yeah.
NASA said so, man. It's crazy, dude. No evidence, no proof to back it up. Just believe me, there's lights on this other
I
planet.
mean, there was a picture of lights on the planet, but it literally, like, you look at it, and, like, at first, I was like, that looks like Earth with its lights and everything. But, it's
You know
like,
how easy it is to look at
I mean,
Star
yeah.
Wars. Literally look at Star Wars. They were making those movies how long ago?
right.
And they had planets with lights on them in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that hard to take a orb,
Yeah, and
make it look like a planet, put a lot of white dots behind it, put some lights on that bitch.
yeah,
It
make the
isn't.
vast
It is.
of space.
It really isn't that. That's like probably one of the easiest things to CGI or even just draw.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
it's
a background.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
But no, space is insane. Space is crazy. Space is cool. As Markiplier like to say.
Yeah, shout out to Markiplier. Yeah, he really got me onto the whole space topic. I was watching some old videos and of Markiplier, and he was I watched that one where he was at I can't remember what he was at, but he was talking about space and everything like that, and talking about that game that he played with his dad and everything like that. And like I would want to play that game, but I also, like, him talking about space made me get me thinking about. I was like I can talk about space, just weird, crazy things about space and how space works.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of trash and debris in space too from our own planet. There's
Going into space,
metric fuck ton of what?
and just trash going into our space.
It's not going in, just in space.
Yeah, I know what I mean. Like, it's just leaving Earth, the atmosphere, and going into space.
Okay, how do you what? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just confused on what you're saying. Are you basically saying there's just trash floating
just
up
said-
out
you
of the
said-
atmosphere
You
into
said-
space?
You said there was trash in space, right?
Yes, from rocket, launch fails that exited the Earth's
Oh.
atmosphere and blew up. From
Oh.
satellites that are shut down and or either broke or got hit by
I didn't
some
even think
space
about
rock.
that.
There's a metric fuck ton of trash floating around Earth's orbit and just floating in the vastness of space. There's also a dog that is long dead at this point, but floating somewhere in space in a spaceship. You know the first I think
Yeah, they used
and I think
dogs
it might be a monkey too.
Yeah.
But
The mon-
yeah.
I think the monkey blew up.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, but no, there's a dog that's just floating around in space.
That's
Dead dog now, but was alive.
fucking crazy. I didn't even think about that. I was like,
You just were thinking that
I
there was
figured they
trash in
cleaned
the
it up,
ocean.
like,
There was
in-
trash in the ocean that was just magically floating out of the Earth's atmosphere. Like,
that's what I went to.
What the
I
fuck?
need to stop smoking, man. No, I was like when you said there was trash in space, I wasn't even thinking. I figured we'd clean up, like we'd want to get all the wreckage, but then also it's like,
how do you clean up space?
I mean, you got. I guess if you can't fucking get up there with a one ship, you know, get up there to clean it up with one
How
ship.
do you clean up space? I mean, that's just
Uh.
we fly into orbit and we attach and we get on, and then that pod comes back down, and that's it. We don't navigate through space.
Yeah.
We don't really navigate. We make very small adjustments. Like when we got to the moon, we had like air propulsion that basically blew so that we could very
strategically, like,
very
scoot over,
precisely
yeah.
navigate to, but we can't exactly navigate through space. That's why our satellites are in our orbit. They're at the perfect spot to where they're
They can
held
float.
in by our Earth's gravitational pull. So they're going in rotation in orbit with the
Yeah.
planet. But yeah, no, I mean, there's a shit ton of trash in space, yeah, from us and around and floating around our atmosphere, yeah, bunch of it.
Does it ever fall? Like stuff falling?
No, I think it's locked in orbit, and if it ever gets knocked out, it probably just floats off into a different direction. There's nothing really coming in.
Why don't we just like use that and throw it into other places and see what happens? Like, Have we?
What are you? What are you? What the hell are you saying right now?
I don't know. Like they would,
you just take a piece of trash and you throw it and you see what happens. It's gonna float off. I mean,
yeah, but like we could track that. Like we could see that on like we could watch it with a telescope. Like oh that shit's
yeah.
going way
Watch
up.
a piece of trash on a telescope.
Yeah, I mean that sounds stupid now that you're saying it like that, but like that's.
What do you
just-
think? Someone floats up, attaches a GoPro to the piece of trash, and just tosses it like, "Yeah, you go. We're gonna
watch you until you die.
We'll cover this GoPro at some point, I guess, maybe."
Yeah, that crazy, in freaking 3057, fucking we're like traveling through space. They find a GoPro just floating. And they're like,
yeah, that GoPro would travel for 8 hours and then be full of storage. We wouldn't get much data from that.
yeah, yeah. They probably won't even know what a GoPro is. They'd be like,
I mean, it takes.
that'll be like the Nokia phone for us. Like
I mean,
this-
it takes a long time for us to transmit signals from the rover on Mars to planet Earth. It takes a pretty long
Right.
time. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, now it's gotten a lot shorter than it would have been, like 50, 60 years ago.
Right.
But it takes a while. I mean, just to travel to Mars by spaceship, I believe it would take like 6 months, maybe longer than that. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's around that time. That's a long time.
yeah.
It's a long fucking time. I mean, just traveling there, and then say you need supplies, someone has to go on a supply run. You have to have that plan. Basically, if you send someone there with, let's just say a year's month of supplies, you better be fucking precise when you send that up the
You
supplies.
can't even send it with a year. Like you gotta send it at least like 10, 20 years.
They need.
rations.
I mean, that would weigh down the spaceship. The
need,
technology we have right now for spaceships, they have to be, they're thin, certain weight, all these other extra factors that go into it. If you load it up with 20 years, 10 years worth of supplies for 6 to 7 people, you're not gonna make it to fucking Mars. It's just not gonna happen. You have to make it so precise that you're gonna make it there in 6 months, and then the next unmanned spacecraft that they send, just full of supplies, can have a decent amount of supplies for a couple of years, maybe 5 or 10, maybe. But there's a lot that goes into when they're sending people up to space. Weight, all this other stuff, because I mean, one wrong move in space, say there's those 10 years worth of supplies that they're bunched up, they move a certain way, it's gonna move that spacecraft.
Right.
They're in space. It's not like weight really fucking matters in space.
Yeah. That's. That got me tripping, bro. Like
Space is crazy, dude. Space
I would
is crazy.
love,
Weightless.
like I said, I would love to just be, like tied onto a rope. Do we have like, I don't know if that might be a stupid idea, but like, we should have like a tether from Earth, like something that's attached to Earth. And we have it all the way out to space, so it's just outside of our like reach, and it just like I don't know, like a little streamer, I guess, for Earth. But we should have that would like keep the like satellites. We can just keep it attached there, and it'd always be there, so we can even like just pull it in real quick, right? That is that a stupid is that a stupid thought? Like
That's about the dumbest. I'm gonna be honest. That is not. No.
It's like having a fish on a hook, like with a really big fishing rod. Just throw it out into space and just hold on to it. Like that would definitely like just.
How are you gonna get it up there?
I mean, throw a rocket out there with the rope attached, so it's like a harpoon.
No.
Like a harpoon in space.
No.
Like
Not a good idea.
No.
Because think about it. The closer you get to Earth, the more gravity there is. The further away you get, just like by exiting the Earth's atmosphere, the less gravitational pull it has. The rope that's attached to Earth is going to pull that. It's not like there's going to be a fucking floating rope in the middle of the planet. No. Just because the top of the rope is out of the atmosphere doesn't mean
make
it's
it heavy. Make it heavy so it's like out of there. So it's like so make it heavy so you can just like have it pulled out of there. Like it'll be really.
There's
far
no
out.
weight in space. So it won't hold out there. The weight would be at the bottom.
Right.
It's exactly like you said with the balloon. The balloon, the helium is floating up top. If you have something heavier on the bottom, it's going to hold that balloon down.
Right. Yeah, see, I'm dumb. I'm just, I have stupid thoughts.
It's just, you're a smart guy, Damien.
I am.
You just smoked too much fucking pot.
I have my stone thoughts. But,
I can't believe you said that.
just have a giant anchor, like, you know?
Yeah,
Anchor
a
in
giant
space.
anchor in space. Yeah, yeah, where everything's weightless.
Yeah, but it's constantly floating out. Like, keep it.
Where everything is, an anchor doesn't work in space because everything is weightless. So an
Okay.
anchor would be pointless. You could send a fucking feather out there; it'll still be the same.
Right. You know, something that holds itself out there. We gotta have that technology, whatever that is. It's gotta have
The
some-
way that we hold things out in space is with Earth's gravitational pull.
Right.
That's the technology we have.
Yeah, we gotta just attach a rope to it, like a satellite. Like you just put a leash on a satellite. And then bring it down.
What the fuck?
We got a Minecraft lead. Just hook it on. It's got that long ass distance.
I think you're clinically insane.
a little bit there, but yeah. I mean, space. The whole junk thing. That's crazy. Like.
You didn't know there was a bunch of
No,
trash
I
floating out
I
in
didn't
space?
think about it, but I figured we'd clean it up. But then
You'd
answered
figured
my
we'd
question.
clean it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's just some space janitor floating around space with a fucking broom and a dustpan. Just
It's the guy
Sweeping
from
it up.
Futurama, their janitor. Fucking
Just
fucking-
yeah, no, there's no space cleaners.
yeah. Damn, we got a whole metal junkyard just floating around.
Yep.
That'd be crazy.
Not that be crazy. It is crazy.
I mean, yeah, I know.
It currently is how it is.
I wonder if we can like ride on it, like if it was like something we could just go out to our atmosphere where it's at with like a suit on and then like stand on all the metal stuff. It would be, obviously we could have like shit that can keep it. There's got to be a lot of safety that goes into that, but that'd be really cool. I mean, like there's people that's jumped from like all the way up and right above the sound barrier and stuff like that. I mean, it can't be like too
Yeah,
much
but they're
further.
not in outer space,
Yeah, I know.
and it is that much further. That much of a distance is a lot in the grand scheme of things.
A lot.
Like even if it's just a mile between,
Y-axis all the
even
way
if
up.
even if it's just a mile between the atmosphere of Earth and being outside of the atmosphere of Earth, that's a lot.
Right. God, we're really just a fucking speck, just some stupid monkeys.
Do you
on
know
the
how
planet.
far up space is from us?
I know it's like a lot.
No.
A lot. It's like
12, 13 miles.
12, 13 miles.
Pretty sure I could be wrong on that. It could be a little bit more, but it isn't like super fucking far to get into outer space.
Right. You just gotta go up, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Going up.
Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and beyond. That'd be insane being a space ranger, Like think about that, like fictional at this point. Like,
Okay,
just think
okay.
about-
Think fictional. If you could stand on the surface of any planet and there would be no harm done to you, no harm. You can
where
breathe.
would you go?
You can breathe. That's what I'm asking you. You could breathe the atmosphere, everything. There's like no chance of you dying. You get to stand there. You can even like stay there for like a couple days, and you go back to Earth. Where would you go?
I had this thought, bro. I was sitting here thinking about it way before, like. When I was first like getting ready for this podcast, I was like, I'm gonna ask this question: what planet like would you be able to go on and everything like that? And my answer would be Jupiter. And the only reason why is
Terrible
because
answer.
I know it's a terrible answer, but it's a giant gas.
You can't stand on it.
I know you can't stand on it, but you said I can't die. So
But the prerequisite was that you go stand on.
Go stand on. Yeah, I know.
You can't stand on Jupiter. You can float around in Jupiter, I guess.
Yeah, I want to see what I want to see what a gas giant like.
Gas. you wouldn't be able to see much.
I know, but like I don't know. I thought that in my head that I see so much cooler. I wish. I
Yeah,
could
no, Jupiter would be my
depict it.
last choice.
Yeah, right. Like there's
It's
nothing that like that's what another reason I knew you were gonna say something like that because it's just gas. You can't stand on it.
You
just
can't
float around. I
stand.
was
You
like,
just
yeah, I know that.
you just
but
float around. You won't be able to see much. There's not much to it. You know, it's just there's storms. There's that
What's at
red
the center
eye
of the gas giant?
gas.
Just it's just gas trapped in a ball.
You know what?
Do you know? Do you not
So
know?
that's a pretty good question. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's
I know
just a gas giant.
But I know it's a gas giant, but like, is there like a center spot?
I honestly I can't answer that question. All I know is it's a
Yeah.
gas giant. There's
That's why I was like, I want to go to Jupiter. I want to see.
just look it up. You could just look
I
up.
can't. I know we have no service.
Yeah.
I had all this stuff
No,
looked up.
all I'm saying is if you want to know if there's a center to Jupiter, which we probably sound super fucking stupid right now to people who know.
Yeah, they're like, no, it's
But-
just gas.
But I that's what I think. I think it's just gas. I think it's just a that's why they call it a gas giant because
I know
it's
that.
just
I know
gas.
that's what I was saying. But like, what's holding all that gas into a perfect circle?
The gas is super dense, so it creates its own gravity. That's the only thing I could think of.
That's insane. It's insane to think about all this stuff. But yeah, I guess that's it for this week, man. Like that's just that we can go on, and I'm just gonna keep getting my mind blown with all the just it's insane to think about anything with space.
Yeah, no, space is a crazy thing. But yeah, we could talk about this for hours. But it's getting to that point where it's about time to wrap it up. I'd have to agree. Yeah, we had some pretty good conversations.
Yeah, it wasn't too great of a topic this week, but I really wanted to get this out of my system. I really wanted to talk about space.
I thought it was good. I thought
But,
it was pretty good.
Yeah, like always, give us a good like, subscribe,
Follow,
Follow.
share with your friends.
shit, family, friends. I didn't cuss as much in this one. I'm working on that. I'm a dad. Try to watch my mouth as much.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but it's just with my where I'm at in my life. I'm starting to be like, hey, you heard me in the car earlier. I was like, watch your mouth, like.
No, that was Chase. Yeah, but Chase was saying something.
Oh,
Yeah. No, Chase was saying something that he should not have been saying around Maggie. But no, no. I mean, my parents cussed around me all the fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, Lily literally told me the other day. She was like, no, she knows she's gonna learn that these are big boy words. And she can't say
That's
those.
exactly what it was. It's
Yeah.
like once I was old enough to, like out of my, parents' house, out of my dad's house and all that, then it's like, okay, you're an adult now. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You're an adult. But
Right.
when you're a kid, you need to learn. Like, just you shouldn't be sensitive. Like this is my big, which we're getting into something
Yeah.
else right now. But this is my big thing with, like, I guess parents nowadays. Which I'm not a parent, so I can't really speak on it too much. But not saying things or watching the way you speak and all this stuff around your kids is not going to make them. You need to teach them, hey, we can do things that you can't do
Right.
because you're a child. And that's one of the first steps. It's just simply cuss words, simply saying things that and some people don't cuss. Some people just don't cuss at all because they feel like it's profane and that you shouldn't do it.
Right.
And it is sort of a hindrance on vocabulary. I don't think, me personally, if I could, I would not cuss as much as I do, but it's just so ingrained in my vocabulary that it's just it's.
I used to be there, man. I'm a fellow sailor, but yeah, I mean, like, I just, like I said, I stopped doing it around there. Lily doesn't care, but I'm like, I want to try to slowly, I don't want to have to be like, no, don't say that word and get onto her. I don't have to, because if I'm not saying them, then she's not going to copy what I'm saying.
No, I mean,
So-
when my thing is like, she's a child right now, so if you say something, she's gonna try and
Yeah.
repeat it. But that's when you're like, no, don't say that. And as she gets older, like to the age of actual cognitive function, where she's like starting to really remember
Right.
things and like get the grasp on like everything that is her being a person. if she says it again when she's like 5 or 6, that's when like soap in the mouth, or you give her a bop on the hand or something like that. Give her a bop on the
But I hated
bottom.
that, so that's why I'm trying to avoid that.
Do you know why you hated it?
Because I shouldn't have been saying it.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
taught you not to do it anymore.
Yeah, but
That's the point of discipline. You don't like discipline. Discipline isn't something you like, Damien.
Right.
I didn't like being disciplined, but guess what?
And I haven't.
It made me who
We're
I
getting
am.
off topic.
Yeah,
outta
we need
here.
to end this episode. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. I'll be the host of the next week's episode, so be prepared for that. And I have a fun episode planned for next week, so be ready for that. Like Damien said, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Leave a comment, tell us what you thought, and and I hope y'all enjoyed the Banter Bros podcast.
Hopefully this volume's a little bit better. I learned how to talk in the mic sometimes this time. But
So,
peace out.
Podcast out.